Meanwhile, Trent could do no wrong. B's and C's on his report card were celebrated with dinners out and new video games. My straight A's were met with a perfunctory good job and reminders that academic success wouldn't make up for my lack of social graces. The dinner table became my personal battlefield. Every meal was accompanied by commentary.
Do you really need a second helping, Greta? No wonder you can't find clothes that fit.
Trent needs those extra calories. He's an athlete. Growing boys need to eat. Yeah, Greta, we're just concerned about your health and the health of the furniture in the house. Because if you get any fatter, then I doubt that chair can support your weight. Oh, Trent, such a good sense of humor.
Hi there, my name is Greta, and I was 10 years old when Trent came into our lives. I remember the day clearly. My parents gathered me in the living room, faces glowing with excitement I rarely saw directed at me. My mother was practically vibrating with joy.
Greta, we're adopting a little boy. You're going to have a brother.
Oh, okay. That's great news.
Yes, it certainly is. We've wanted a son long before you were born, so this is something we've really been looking forward to.
I didn't understand then what that meant for me. I was naive enough to be excited. A playmate. Someone to share my life with. I had no idea I was being replaced. You see, I never quite fit my parents' expectations. They wanted a social butterfly, thin, vivacious, the kind of daughter they could parade around at their country club functions. Instead, they got me. Overweight, introverted, and perfectly content with my books and art supplies. The disappointment was palpable from early on. But once Trent arrived, they stopped pretending.
Trent, come try this new baseball glove I got you. Thanks, Dad. It's awesome. You've got a real arm on you, son. You're going to be the star of the Little League team.
Dad, would you watch me draw sometime? My art teacher says I'm really good.
Maybe later, Greta. Trent and I are busy right now. Why don't you go help your mother in the kitchen?
That was the pattern. Trent got baseball games and fishing trips. I got suggestions about diets and comments about my appearance. My mother was no better. I remember one shopping trip when I was 14. I had finally worked up the courage to pick out a dress for the school dance.
Oh, Greta, honey, that's not going to work with your figure. Are you sure that you really want to go to the dance? These dresses aren't cheap after all.
But I like this one. The blue is pretty, and I think that the dance will be a lot of fun.
Sweetie, you need to be realistic. Girls like you can't wear colors like that. It draws too much attention to your size. And it's not like anyone is going to ask you to the dance. It's a waste of money.
Meanwhile, Trent could do no wrong. B's and C's on his report card were celebrated with dinners out and new video games. My straight A's were met with a perfunctory good job and reminders that academic success wouldn't make up for my lack of social graces. The dinner table became my personal battlefield. Every meal was accompanied by commentary.
Do you really need a second helping, Greta? No wonder you can't find clothes that fit.
Trent needs those extra calories. He's an athlete. Growing boys need to eat.
I only had one serving.
Don't be so sensitive, Greta. We're just concerned about your health.
Yeah, Greta, we're just concerned about your health and the health of the furniture in the house. Because if you get any fatter, then I doubt that chair can support your weight. Oh, Trent, such a good sense of humor.
The breaking point came shortly after my 16th birthday. I had spent hours preparing a portfolio for an art competition. The winner would receive a scholarship to a summer art program. I was so proud when I was selected as a finalist. Mom, Dad, I'm a finalist in the state art competition. They're displaying my work at the gallery next weekend. Can we go?
Next weekend? Sorry, kiddo, that's Trent's big game. The scouts are coming.
You understand, don't you? This could be Trent's future. I'm sure your little art show will be lovely, though.
It's not just a little art show, it's a state competition. I could win a scholarship.
Let's be realistic, Greta. Art isn't a real career path. Not for someone like you.
He doesn't mean it like that, honey. We just want what's best for you.
Yeah, Greta. You should come to my game instead. You can see me score the winning touchdown.
That night, I made my decision. I had saved nearly $2,000 from birthdays and the part-time job I'd been working at the local library. The next morning, while everyone was at Trent's practice, I packed a single suitcase and left. I ended up in Seattle, about as far from my small Midwestern town as I could get on my limited funds. I lied about my age, found a job waiting tables, and rented a tiny room in a house with 3 other girls. It wasn't easy, but it was mine. My roommates became the family I never had. Jasmine was the first to really see me.
You know what your problem is, Greta? You believe all that bullshit your parents fed you.
What do you mean?
I mean, you walk around like you're apologizing for existing. Like you're taking up too much space in the world. That stops today.
Jasmine dragged me to her kickboxing class. I was terrible at first, but something about throwing punches made me feel powerful for the first time in my life. Slowly, things began to change. My body grew stronger. I started running with my other roommate, Ellie, in the mornings. Not to lose weight, but because I loved how it made me feel. By the time I turned 18, I had my GED and was working 2 jobs to save for college. The weight had begun to fall off, not because I was trying to be thin, but because I was finally living a life that nourished me instead of depleted me. When I started attending college, I discovered something unexpected in my first speech class. I was good at public speaking. Really good. The shy, self-conscious girl who used to hide behind her hair found her voice.
Greta, have you ever considered law school? You have a natural talent for constructing arguments.
Law school? Me?
Yes, you. You command attention when you speak. That's a rare gift.
It took 7 years of night classes, scholarships, student loans, and relentless work, but I did it. During those years, I also committed to my health, working out regularly and shedding the extra weight I'd carried for too long. I graduated from law school near the top of my class and landed a position as an assistant district attorney. There was something deeply satisfying about fighting for justice, about giving voice to those who couldn't speak for themselves. I built a reputation as tough but fair, someone who wouldn't back down but also wouldn't prosecute without solid evidence. I had been with the district attorney's office for 5 years when they walked into my life again. My parents looked older, worried, nothing like the confident figures from my childhood. They hovered in my office doorway.
Greta, you look different.
It's been 12 years, Mom.
You've done well for yourself. We've followed your career.
And yet you never once called or wrote to me. What do you want?
Well, we've been very busy.
Sure you have. Again. What do you want?
It's Trent. He's in trouble.
Trouble was an understatement. Trent was facing charges for drug trafficking, with evidence linking him to a murder during a deal gone wrong. My parents had mortgaged their house to pay for his defense with one of the more reputable defense lawyers in the city, but they wanted more. They wanted me to sabotage the case from the inside.
You know how these things work. You could lose evidence, question the wrong witnesses.
Please, Greta, he's your brother. Family helps family.
Family helps family? That's rich coming from you two.
We made mistakes, we know that. But Trent doesn't deserve to go to prison for the rest of his life.
I looked at them. These people who had damaged me so deeply, who had never once in the 12 years I'd been gone tried to find me or apologize. Now they wanted me to risk my career, my integrity, everything I'd built for the golden boy who could do no wrong. I made my decision. I'll see what I can do.
Does that mean that you'll help?
I can't say what I'll do, but I will do what I can with the limited power that I have.
Oh, Greta, thank you. I knew you'd help us. How?
The case was assigned to me the next week. In the preliminary hearing, Judge Walters raised the obvious concern.
Trent, the prosecutor in this case is your sister. Do you have any objection to her representing the state in this matter? Do you find this to be a conflict of interest? No, Your Honor. I know that my sister will do her job appropriately, and that there is no conflict of interest. My innocence will be demonstrated, however.
The smug smile he gave me said it all. He thought I would throw the trial. He thought wrong. For 3 weeks, I built an airtight case. Every piece of evidence, every witness testimony, every legal argument was meticulously prepared. I worked 18-hour days, leaving nothing to chance. In my closing statement, I laid out exactly who Trent was, a predator who sold drugs to teenagers, who had been involved in the death of a 20-year-old college student, who showed no remorse for his actions. I painted a picture of a monster that deserved the worst punishment possible. The evidence is clear, Your Honor. The defendant has demonstrated a pattern of escalating criminal behavior with no regard for human life. The state recommends the maximum sentence. The look on Trent's face when the judge sentenced him to life in prison is something I'll never forget. Pure rage. He lunged across the courtroom, breaking free from the bailiff who was trying to restrain him.
You lying beach! You said you'd help me.
In the chaos that followed, Trent managed to grab a guard's weapon. He aimed it at me, his face contorted with hate. My father lurched forward, whether to stop Trent or help him, I'll never know. The gun went off in the struggle. My father fell to the floor, blood blooming across his chest. He was dead before the paramedics arrived. Trent's sentence was made even harsher. Life without the possibility of parole. The Golden Boy's future was gone for good. 2 weeks later, my mother showed up at my apartment, her eyes red-rimmed but fierce with anger.
How could you? Your own brother, and now your father is dead because of you.
Because of me? Trent pulled the trigger. Trent broke the law. Trent chose his path, just like I chose mine.
We gave you everything. We took care of you.
Something in me snapped. Years of hurt, of being made to feel less than, of being invisible except when I was being criticized. It all came flooding out. Before I even realized what I was doing, my hand connected with her face in a resounding slap. You gave me nothing but pain. You humiliated me daily. You forced me to run away at 16, and now you have the nerve to ask me to risk my career for him? You got exactly what you deserved. Both of you.
Greta, please.
Get out. It's good that Trent got sent away for the rest of his life, but the real tragedy is that Dad was the only one shot, and that you weren't also. Don't ever contact me again. As I closed the door on my mother for the last time, I felt a weight lift from my shoulders. The little girl who was never good enough was gone. In her place stood a woman who had built herself from the ground up, who had found her strength not despite her past, but because of it. I won't say I never look back. Sometimes I wonder what might have been if my parents had loved me as I was. But then I remember, their rejection set me free. It forced me to find my own path, to discover my own worth. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment down below saying I subscribed, and we will try our best to reply to your comment.